Hey, this is Awana missionary Hunter Williams, and this past weekend I was able to do something called Awana Connect, and it's this idea of we're gathering leaders from different churches together to share announcements and things coming up with Awana, but also to have roundtable discussions. And I thought it'd be good to just take that beginning portion of announcements and things coming down the pipeline and share it with you. This can be for some of my church partners. It can be for those of you who support our ministry, because really it is exciting to see everything that's coming this summer, this fall, and beyond with Awana. So I'm excited to share some of these updates with you. So first off, I'd love to share with you kind of what I would call our training roadmap. You know, Awana, one of our main pillars is that we're an equipping ministry. We not only provide resources and curriculum for churches to use in their children's ministries, but we also provide training and equipping so that leaders feel prepared and ready to share the gospel with kids and disciple them well. And so as you can see here, this is our training roadmap. And in the center there, you see Awana Basics, because that's all year long. That's anywhere, anytime with any leader, whether they're a new leader, whether they're a veteran leader with Awana. It can serve as a way to start or to refresh a leader in their training. But then you see kind of this pathway of training that we have. And this summer, like I said, we did Awana Connect, and that was a great time of connecting with leaders and having those good discussions with them. We also had our, coming up in the fall, our Awana ministry conferences, and I'm going to get more into that here in a second. In the winters, we have our recharge, because if you've done ministry, you know that winters can feel sluggish and kind of dry. And so those are a good way to recharge our leaders. And then we have our celebrate. You know, Awana is all about encouraging and recognizing those who are putting in effort to learn God's word and to make disciples. And so those are ways that we talk about, ways not only to celebrate the children in our ministries, but also the leaders who serve. So that's kind of our roadmap of training. So I'm going to give some specifics to some of these things that I've laid out. So first of all, we see Awana Basics. You saw that was the center of the training map, because that's anywhere, anytime with any leader. And the reason we can say that is we are launching Awana Basics online. And I'm so excited for this, because Awana has had some online training, and to be honest, it hasn't been on par with what I would like to see. And so myself and a few other leaders, we teamed together to pretty much revamp Awana's online presence and platform when it comes to training. And man, it's awesome. Not because I was a part of it or because of, it was a collaborative effort. From people in Awana's creative team to headquarters staff to IT to missionaries across the field giving their input. This is going to be a very professional, intuitive training. This platform was designed so that you could jump in and out of the training whenever. It saves your progress. There's downloadable content that can be shared among leaders. This thing is going to, I believe, really up the bar in the training that we provide leaders. So it says coming out this summer. That could mean maybe the end of this month. You should be getting communication on that soon. So just want to say Awana Basics Online. I couldn't be more excited about it, and I think it's going to be beneficial to your leaders. So you saw on that roadmap that we have in the fall, we have ministry conference. And so we're going to have an in-person option for you and online options for you. So the in-person option, we have what we're calling Awana Ministry Conference Southeast. And that's because this is for churches not only in Tennessee, but Georgia. I've partnered with North Georgia Missionary Virginia. And we're going to be teaming up to provide what we hope is going to be an excellent training for you. So that's going to be August 14th. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be at Salem Baptist Church in Dalton, Georgia, which isn't that far from us Chattanooga folks. And the pricing, this is something I wanted to highlight. So as you see, it's $40 per person, but right now we're running early bird specials. So if you register before 7/19, you can get $10 off your ticket, and pastors are free. And if you want more information on how pastors can come for free, please message me, reach out to me, and I can give you that code that gets pastors in for free to the conference. And you can register for that at events.awana.org/AMC-Southeast. Really excited for this conference because not only do we have a great lineup of breakout speakers, but we also have Matt Markins, Awana's president, coming to be our keynote. He's also going to do some breakouts and Q&A, and so that's going to be a great time. And then, as I said, if in-person option doesn't work for you, maybe that date doesn't work with your schedule, there are online options available, and missionaries are going to be speaking into these. Awana staff and other people will speaking into these different conference dates, and I'll personally be a part of the August 28th team. So if you're wanting to still kind of feel like you're part of that Southeast team, join us for the August 28th one. But any of these dates are available. I believe tickets are $15 a person for this online event, and then if your church wants to host it for multiple leaders to watch it in one space, I believe it's $90 to host it and stream it. So again, you can register for that. We're going to be putting registration up this week for those. So just go to events.awana.org and you can find out more about the online Awana Ministry conferences there. The speaker for the online event is going to be Mike Candler. That's Awana's Chief Communication Officer. Great communicator. I think he'll do a phenomenal job at that. Next thing I wanted to highlight is the Child Discipleship Forum. And what I love about this isn't just for Awana churches. This is for any pastor, any leader who has a heart for child discipleship. This is going to be Awana's first run with this. This forum is designed to bring in multiple speakers, multiple, I would say, I guess, professionals in the realm of child discipleship who are going to be speaking on culture analysis, on advocating for children, on practical tips in children's ministry. You're going to want to be a part of this. I've already bought my ticket. I'm going. And so to learn more about that, you just go to childdiscipleshipforum.com and you can learn more there. There's going to be, like I said, various speakers and just super excited. It's going to be in the Nashville area, and that's September 16th through 17th. And to kind of highlight that, we really want to make sure people understand the significance of this forum, but also just the topic of child discipleship. So we're going to be hosting some informational luncheons. I've actually got one next week in Chattanooga. Matt Markins, the president of Awana, is going to come down, and we're going to co-host where we're going to give a free meal, free resources, and discuss child discipleship and give more information on the Child Discipleship Forum. So I would highlight that July 20th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be hosting that free luncheon, and it's going to be at Ridgedale Baptist Church. And you can register for that again at events.awana.org. And then we're also going to be hosting another informational luncheon July 22nd, and that's going to be from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, and that's going to be at Rolling Hills Community Church. So again, we're trying to really have good discussions around child discipleship and give good information about the forum. And so all of this, really, this forum, these discussions we're having, it was sparked out of a book Awana wrote recently called Resilient Child Discipleship. And we have just really gotten great feedback with this. And so we are trying to give as many resources as we can on this topic of resilient child discipleship. And so obviously we have the book, which if you don't have it, I would highly recommend that you get it and read it, not just you, but with others in your church and in your circle. We've also got a podcast called Resilient Disciples Podcast, and we have different guests on all the time to talk about different aspects of children's ministry and discipling children in your church. And along with that, we want to provide resources that match with this resilient child discipleship philosophy that we have. So aside from, the traditional Awana Clubs ministry, Awana recently released something called Bright, and it's a digital weekend curriculum that's highly flexible, that can be done from a phone, tablet, computer. It can also be printed off to be used in that way. But man, I've been using Bright and I'm highly impressed with it. There's video content. There's ways to manipulate the content so it fits your time that you have with your children and the needs that they have. And if you want to learn more about Bright, you can go to brightcurriculum.com. I don't think you'd be disappointed in what you find there. There's free lessons that you can download to use and just see different pricing options because it is subscription based. And then from Bright, when COVID hit, we realized there's a lot of people asking for family solutions, family discipleship resources, and that's a big passion of mine. So when Awana launched Bright Families, I was excited because this is a subscription-based family discipleship that you pay $10 a month, and every month Awana sends your family resources where you can have those good discussions, that good dialogue with your kids. It has videos, questions for conversations, and a bunch of other things. So check out Bright Families if you're wanting to up the quality of family discipleship in your home. Awana Go, is Awana's big push for missions. The Great Commission isn't just for adults, it's for kids. And so Awana Go, it educates, it empowers, and engages, and it helps kids imagine their role in the Great Commission. And so to learn more about how Awana gets kids excited for the nations and to live on mission, you can go to awana.org/go. Now, one update I will give is, the product guides. Typically Awana had this paper catalog they would send churches so they can make their orders. Awana's catalog, the way that we do this is now completely digital and online, saving on paper, time, and money. And this is honestly how a lot of people shop nowadays, is just completely online. So that product guide is available. If you have a hard time finding it, let me know. I can send it to you. And you can order any curriculum or resources you need from your church in that way. During COVID, Awana realized that there were leaders who were still wanting to run Awana virtually and have options. So Awana created Awana Plus, which is just a website full of resources, full of ways to reach kids when you need some different options. So for example, one thing that this provides is leaders from across the country are filming themselves teaching lessons from every book and every curriculum for every age group. And so that we got great feedback from that. They could play the lesson videos, then jump on a Zoom call with their kids and discuss it. And we're still providing this because there's so many different applications for this. Even if you have in-person ministry, these videos and resources could be good as supplemental for families and for ongoing discipleship at home. And so there's more resources being added all the time to Awana Plus. A couple I'll highlight is that we have the Back to Club guide in there. So if your church has Awana clubs, man, this resource is packed of good questions, good evaluations for your church to think through. How can we best reach kids and start our ministry strong in the fall? So if you go to awanaplus.com, it's right on the front page to download that. And I would highly recommend you do that after this video if you run Awana clubs at your church. We've also got some posters and things on there too that you can download to put up at your church or at your ministry space to build excitement for the coming fall ministry season. And then too, I would just highlight for any of my Tennessee churches, we do have awanatn.com. That's my personal website where I have videos I've made, podcasts, articles, events, links to different things in Awana. So you can learn more about my ministry and other things at that website. And so I know that was a lot, almost 15 minutes worth of announcements there, but hey, that just shows we have a lot going on, and it's exciting because it shows that we are jumping into a season of thriving ministry where God is going to be doing a lot of things. So if you have any questions about anything I shared, feel free to send me an email at hunterw@awana.org, and I'll be happy to answer that. Other than that, have a great week. Have a great season of ministry. Can't wait to see what God does coming this summer and this fall. God bless.